G'day everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the final part of the Liverpool Dynasty save. Let's go straight into it. Now, as you can see, we are on the 3rd of September 2029 and this is Season 5. And to say that this Dynasty save has been a success, I'd say is probably about 50-50 at the moment. We've picked up a few trophies here and there. If we have a look at my career and my profile and have a look at the overview, and oh my god, this is horrendous. It doesn't even managerial stats, my history, there we go. So we got one trophy there, which it doesn't tell you. We got 4 trophies there, 3 trophies there. So actually, you know what, 9 trophies all in all. And yes, I am counting the community shields and the super cups and all the other bits and pieces because it still looks good on your CV. Come at me. But we have tried to spend a bit of money, but I've still got about 243 million left. And when you go to let's have a look, let's see if I can find, where's it gone? Hey, there we go, transfer history. So I did bring in a couple of other players, nothing before the tick over, and a couple of players did leave. A youngster, Mohamed Hunt, he's gone to Aston Villa for 3.6 million, and Alexis McAllister has gone to Barcelona for 60 odd million. Which isn't too bad at all. I'm quite happy with that, to say the least, especially since he's turning 31. And he had a really good season last season, so I thought I'd sell him while the ceiling's high, because I brought in a couple of other players. Yes, I sold a few, but it was 67 million worth of player. James McConnell's gone out on loan. Gakpo has gone to Brighton for 61 million. And bear in mind, Gakpo at this point in time, 30 years old, 61 million for him. Very happy with that bit of business. Chiesa's gone back out on loan to Benfica, but his contract's going to run out, so he leaves at the end of the season anyway, and a couple of other loans. But I wanted to bring in a more solid defensive midfielder to try and help out solidify things, and Carlos Baleba was that man. He's developed really well. 16 tackling, vision and position, 16 decisions, composure and anticipation, 16s and 17s, and great physicals. Does exactly what it says on the tin, and the fact that he's valued at 160 million now, and I brought him in for 85. He's only played one game because I think he's been kept out of the team, actually, to be fair. But another player who I know his contract is going to run out at the end of this season is Frimpong. I didn't want to sign him on, but I couldn't sell him. But I brought in his replacement early, and that's Taylan Bulut. The Turkish-German player went to Real Madrid from Besiktas for 30 million. I bought him for 60 million. Model citizen personality, great determination, great pace and acceleration, still got a lot of room to grow. This guy, I think, is absolutely outstanding, and he's probably going to be our first choice right back. I have no doubts about that. And then if we go to the tactics and have a look at the team, I've actually shoehorned in a few players. Engamoa is in there, Wirtz is in there, and Durdov is in there with Ekitike up front. Ekitike I'm keeping up front for a little while, and then I'm going to come back and take him out just to make sure that he's happy, because he was a little bit unhappy with his playing time. Engamoa I want to play in this position because he could play across the front three, but he needs a bit more game time in that position. And Durdov is the same, come on, Durdov is the same, he's a winger, but he can play centrally, and I want him to get more game time there. But you'll see one notable absence, and that is Nico Paz. And unfortunately, Nico Paz, wherever he is, he's right down the bottom here, got an injury. And he's still out for another 3 months because he did his ACL on the final couple of weeks of last season. So he's out the team. I'm going to come back in January when I simulate this to sort things out again. But giving Engamoa and Durdov that game time, I think, is critical. And I think they'll do really well. And they have started off really well. I mean, 7 games in, Wirtz has got 3 goals, Durdov has got 3 goals, and Engamoa has got 2 goals. Can't really complain at that. Salah is still hanging around, would you believe it, at the age of 37, and he's still absolutely amazing. And he's picked up a couple of goals and assists already, so the king is still here. He is still here. And there we go, guys. That is season number 5 transfers covered. I'm going to run the highlights to see how we get on. Can we claim another trophy? Let's go and find out. In the league, we dominated. A 5-1 versus Forest, a 3-0 versus Sunderland, and a crazy 9-4 versus Southampton with some epic matches. Sadly, Spurs also matched us, blow for blow as we missed out on the title by 2 points again to our North London rivals. There will be no retention in the FA Cup either in dramatic circumstances, after getting past the likes of Chelsea and Forest and then beating Arsenal 2-1 in the semis. We were to face Burnley in the final, which we inexplicably lost 1-0 to miss out on the cup, but in the Carabao Cup we finally broke the curse. Wins over Brighton and Leicester set us on our way to face Arsenal in the final, and in the 88th minute, Wirtz sealed it for us to lift the trophy. In the Champions League, it was more top-class wins like a 3-0 versus Atletico Madrid, a 3-1 versus Juventus, and a 5-0 smashing of Lyon, meant we qualified in the top 8 again. On to the round of 16 where we dispatched Leipzig 5-2 on aggregate, and it was the quarterfinals where we finished yet again as we were battered resoundingly 4-0 on aggregate by PSG. Okay, so all in all, that's not too bad of a season, but it is utterly heartbreaking to lose the Premier League title to Spurs again by 2 points. And they lost one of their games. And in fact, looking at this, we drew our last game of the season, and dropping those 2 points cost us the title. That cost us the title because they lost. If we'd won that, we would have won the title because our goal difference was better. That's hard. That's hard to take. But on the plus side of things, at least we won the Carabao Cup. So we have that one in the cabinet. Thank you very much. But we could have had another one. We could have had a domestic treble this season if it wasn't for fine margins. And again, losing to Burnley in the FA Cup final, that's not good enough. We should have absolutely and utterly battered them. And in fact, we did. We had 24 shots, 10 on target. Our XG was 2.31, and yet somehow we lost. I can't figure that one out. That's so strange. And then obviously the Champions League as well. We got knocked out in the quarterfinals by PSG, which is PSG at the end of the day. They got Haaland and Kvaratskhelia and all that as well. So, but then again, I've got Wirtz and Paz, so I should be doing a lot better. Yeah, I mean, a Carabao Cup and a Community Shield for the season is not too bad, I suppose. But when we're going to have a look at the squad, again, some great performances here. Also, on a pick of the squad as well, I picked out a team here to show you guys what it looks like from the team of the season. Taylor Bullet, Leone, Pacho, Kirkes, Marmdashvili, Wharton, Gravenberch, Wirtz, Paz, Salah, and Isak, which isn't too bad at all. Wirtz with 35 goals this season. That's mental. 9 assists. 19 and 4 from Isak, 19 and 6 from Ekitike. That's decent. 14 and 13 from Paz in 30 games of the season. And considering he's coming back from an ACL injury, I think that's really good. Durdov, 12 and 7. Great performances. Zoboslai, 7 goals, 14 assists. Engamoa, 5 and 7. Hopefully he'll come better next season. 12 assists from Taylor Bullet at right back, which is not too bad at all. But I want to have a quick look at Leone. If I can find him. There he is, right down the bottom. Physical monster. This guy turns into an amazing centre-back if you give him the game time. Anticipation, determination, positioning, 18s and 16s. Marking and heading, 16s. Physically, nothing below a 16. And he's still only 23. Wow. He's going to be outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Even the likes of Blaber, he got 24 games this season. But I think tactically it may require a couple of little tweaks here and there. Do I need to bring any players in? Well, I've got 288 million to do that. What we're going to do for season number 6, I'm going to try and spend some of that money to see if I can get us to win another title for the final season. Fingers crossed I can do that. Let's go and find out what happens in season 6. And here we are for season number 6, and it is the 6th and final season of the rebuild. And we're to say we're on the 2nd of September. We are a couple of games into the season. If I'm going to show you the fixtures that I've done so far, West Ham, we beat them 3-1. Man United, we beat 2-1. 2-0 win against Leicester, and a 2-2 draw away from home at Brighton. Brighton, by the way, in this save, are a phenomenal team. And you're in for a bit of a surprise on the season 6 highlights, just put it that way. Transfers wise, I still have 254 million to spend. Just can't spend it. But if we have a look at the transfer history, once I've found it again, there we go. No players in, 31 million on the outs. Bissek has gone to Brighton for 26.5 million. A couple of youngsters have left. Will Wright never really made it with us as well. So, unfortunately not. And then if we go back one, I brought in Edgar Escudero, who was actually a DOF signing from Richard Hughes. And I wanted to bring in another flamboyant attacking midfielder after Salah finally retired. Arda Güler. I really like this player on this game. He's absolutely outstanding. So now I have an attacking midfield 3 of Arda Güler, Florian Wirtz and Nico Paz. Disgusting. Utterly disgusting. And he's hit the ground running as well. 1 goal, 3 assists in 4 appearances. Can't complain of that at all. Really can't. Brought him in for... Brought him in for 73 million all in all, which isn't too bad. As I say, no other players on the outs. If we have a look at the tactics side of things, well, in possession, lovely little arrows going all over the place, great partnerships. And then out of possession, this is what I've changed it to, so a 4-1-4-1 to make it a little bit more solid, but I've gone a little bit more attacking in the instructions as well. And I'm actually going to, before I simulate it, I'm going to change this to an attacking mentality. I just want to hit teams hard and score as many goals as I possibly can, because that will win us the games. Obviously, we have the competitions again this season, the usual 4. And I realise I didn't cover it on one of the previous episodes, but the FIFA Club World Cup, yeah, we didn't get very far. So, yeah, it's semi-finals by PSG, is what it is. And there we have it, guys. We are ready to roll the Season 6 highlights. Can we finally win another title? Can I finally dislodge Spurs and Arsenal? Let's go and find out, shall we? In this final season, we almost had perfection. In Europe, we qualified for the knockout after wins against Bodo Glimt 3-0 and a 5-0 smashing of Celtic. Into the knockouts, it was Benfica who we faced, and we dispatched them 8-1 on aggregate to go on to face the other Portuguese rivals, Porto. And they suffered the same fate as we beat them 5-4 on aggregate. But it was the semi-finals and Real Madrid again, and they ended our dream as they beat us 3-1 on aggregate as they went on to face Brighton in the final. It was a shocking early exit in the Carabao Cup to Peterborough on penalties, and after beating Swansea 6-1 and Forest on penalties, it was Spurs in the FA Cup final. In a match we dominated, we went to penalties where we emerged victorious to lift another FA Cup. But in the league, however, we absolutely kicked butt. A 3-0 win over Wolves, a 6-3 win over Newcastle, a 3-0 win over Man United, and a 5-1 win over Brentford were some of the highlights of the season. Meaning we comfortably went on to pick up our second Premier League title of the challenge by a clear 10 points. Now that is what I call a redemption season. Come on. Liverpool are your Premier League champions. Thank you very much. Top of the table by 10 points. Arsenal, Chelsea and Man City couldn't get close. Spurs just dropped right off this season, which I'm quite thankful for. Absolutely brilliant. Cannot fault it. Most goals, 95 by us. Who got the most clean sheets? Finn Darman, whoever that is. Most assists, Ben Doak. Fair play. Highest average rating, Milos Kerkez. Interesting one, to say the least. But then, obviously, we also did the domestic double with an FA Cup win on penalties versus Spurs. Thank you very much. Liverpool are FA Cup champions. Yes! Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if we have a look at that, past winners as well. We've won it twice in the last 3 years. I'm quite happy with that. Very happy with that. And then, obviously, we have the Champions League where, if we have a look at this, I said before, Brighton were a good side. They got to the final. That has baffled me, that has. That really has baffled me. But what's even more annoying is the fact that we got knocked out by Real Madrid in the semi-finals. But Brighton actually beat Spurs 6-5. What on earth is going on in this game? Yeah, the semi-final, I would love to have got another Champions League. I mean, obviously the Carabao Cup, we got knocked out third round by Peterborough. That is disgraceful, to say the least. But it is what it is. Not much could be done about it now. But a domestic double, I really, really like. And let's have a look at the squad one final time. I'm going to have a look at a couple of the personal attributes of some of our players as well. So, Florian Wirtz, 34 goals, 15 assists, 28 and 16 from Nico Paz. Ekitike with 20, Isak with 18 and 8, 15 and 16 from Gula on his debut season, 12 assists from Milos Kerkez, 11 assists from Connor Bradley. We'll go further down. A few of the other players played, but goals-wise, it was obviously these top 5 right here. And let's have a little look at Florian Wirtz's career and have a look at his milestones. So, awards-wise, let's see if he got named in the world. He got 3rd place in World Footballer of the Year. He got, obviously, the best 11. Did he win anything? European Golden Shoe? That's not bad. World Footballer of the Year, 3rd place in 2027. Again, we got Premier League top goal scorer. Broke the assist record. Now, let's go and have a look at Nico Paz and see how he did as well. Nico Paz, let's have a look. Milestones. World Footballer of the Year, shortlisted for Supporters Player of the Year. World Team of the Year, shortlisted for World Footballer of the Year. Northwest Footballer Writers Award. He won the Ballon d'Or. World Golden Ball, where are you? He did. He won the Ballon d'Or. Nico Paz won the Ballon d'Or, and Adam Wharton came second. What on earth? Oh, come on. So there we go. Happy days. Nico Paz won the Ballon d'Or. I actually have a Ballon d'Or winner in the side again. Woohoo! That's not too bad at all. If we have a look at the club's finances as well, I have over 300 million to spend with a wage budget of 1.6 million still left over. I've already got enough money as it is, apparently. I don't know. Oh, dear me. And there we have it, guys. That is the end of the mini-series for the FM26 beta. We've had a few ups, we've had a few downs, but we finished off on a high with another league title and an FA Cup in the trophy cabinet. Plus adding that to another FA Cup, Carabao Cup, various other trophies, a league title and a Champions League. I think this has been pretty successful. I've splurged a load of money, I've found some absolutely outstanding players. The game itself has been okay. There is a video coming out after this one later today, or it'd be very early hours of the Tuesday morning, which is just giving a few of my final thoughts on the FM26 beta. So if you want to go and have a look at that, you have to subscribe to the channel and make sure you like this one. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Onwards and upwards for FM26. Things can only get better. I'll see you guys soon. Ta-ra.